Hey, it's Michael Saul with the Stock Market Trading Watch List for Friday, November 18th, 2011. Let's take a look at the S&P first. You can see we broke out of the triangle. I'm watching for this 50-day moving average to be tested. I was watching it actually Thursday afternoon, but it was not to be. We did not test it. I was looking for a buy pattern set up on the intraday chart if we did maybe test that and then get a little double bottom, but was not to be. I think it's going to get tested Friday. All right, maybe I'm wrong and we just skyrocket up, but I think that we have a good chance of testing it, and I'm going to watch for that. I don't know if it holds. I mean, we tested it once after we broke it here and it held, so maybe it's going to do the little mirror image here. It's almost the same area, not really though, but maybe it'll test the first time down and hold. If not, there's more support down here for this little small double bottom here. And that doesn't look like a double bottom, but if it was a 60-minute chart, it would, right? So down here, that's at, 1190.50. All right, so that's what I'm looking at. Once again, I don't think we roll right over and hit the lows. All right, this is definitely under pressure. This move is definitely under pressure now with these candles here. But, I mean, if we hold the 50-day, we could get a bounce into the Great Turkey, right into Thanksgiving. Nothing's saying that we're just going to melt through this. I'd be actually surprised if we did. I would not be surprised if we didn't go up and rally. I mean, I'm still looking for us to test the highs on the year if we can get through the 78.6% retracement. But it wouldn't surprise me if that didn't happen. But it would surprise me if we just knifed down here. That being said, I mean, even with the follow-through day, we're still under the 200-day here, so just have to be aware of that. It's option expiration day, so I don't think there'll be a lot of volatility. There usually isn't. It's usually just high volume, but just be aware of it. I mean, we did break the triangle, and people are aware of this, that we're at multi-week lows, etc. So let's see what they want to do on Friday with it. All right, NASDAQ 100 broke the diamond to the downside, broke through the 50-day moving average. So now there's a gap here at 2227.38. Okay, do not like this action, which once again puts the whole question of a rally puts a whole question in the rally theory, right? I don't even know what I'm saying there, but I wanted to see the NASDAQ 100 at least stay above the 78.6 and try to get to that high, or at least the 200-day. But now, I mean, it's the first close below the 200-day since back here in the middle of October. So, I mean, it's had a month above it, a month plus above it. This isn't good. All right, let's see if it holds the gap. If it could turn from there, the Russell. Okay, also has the 50-day moving average to watch, like the S&P. Okay, sectors, semiconductors, down to the 50-day, but it held. Had a wide range candle, so may want to see some digestion there, which would likely lead to digestion in the NASDAQ as well. Here's the banks, broke the 50, and not good here. Thursday's lows are going to be key. If they break, then you can see this is what's called a triangle pendulum. It breaks one way and then comes back the other. So I'd be watching this for support here, 36.44. Look at a couple of banks here. Bank of America, been watching this one now for a couple of weeks, acting weak. I mean, it's just dripping here. And it's not moving in an expedited manner, but definitely not strong. JP Morgan also just not nice. Citigroup, Bank of New York. Okay. Broker dealer. Yeah, kind of rolling over there. It's Goldman. Looks like Goldman wants to retest the lows here. Can throw up a Fibonacci grid. We can see if it takes out Thursday's lows. The next target would be these lows down here at the 84s. Okay. So keep that in mind. Somebody wrote me and said, is it actually possible that we can rally without the financials. It is, but it's, not likely. It's not likely that we get very far. Cyclicals. Watch the 50-day. All right, let's run through GLD. Got smashed, down 2.5%. Watch the 89 at 165. SLV got really smashed, down nearly 7%. And I've been talking about this for a while, how this pattern looks, looked corrective. Right, and, it started to, I don't like this right here. Hang on one second. Let me try to make it look a little neater. Whatever it is, it broke down out of this, so it looks like it wants to retest those lows or start a new leg down. Okay, that's a little easier for me here if I do this and this. Okay, sorry about that. There it is. All right, looks like the channel. Close enough to it. Anyway, it broke down out of it. So is this going to be a new leg down? Going to go back to the teens? Or is it just going to test this low, perhaps a double bottom? All right, OIL. All right, saw some weakness finally. Down 3.8%. Not nice. OIH. Yeah. This is a true triangle pendulum. Okay, this is one that breaks one side and then comes down the other side. All right, the other one we're talking about, the banks or whatever it was, just before. Not really a true pendulum. This is one because what makes this a true triangle pendulum is it didn't hit its target. Okay, so if we break out and then we go to a new high above the triangle, it's technically hit the target. This one just trapped and snapped people. Okay, Apple, watch that 78.6% retracement. We've been talking about that, and still looks like it may hit that. You got the 200-day moving average right below it. Amazon, 200-day moving average / a potential double bottom. So it just didn't look like it was setting up. Okay, we're on the 20 EMA with Google. Baidu, another one tried to come out, then boom, snapped. Research in motion. Getting a little bounce here, but still think this wants 15. Potash, looks like it wants to test the lows. John Deere, hanging okay. Watch that 50-day moving average. And then finally, Electronic Arts. My friend who writes in wants me to look at Electronic Arts. 200-day moving average, okay, right here. Watch that for potential support. But overall, it's sloppy. And Intel, which has been a bellwether for this move, okay. So it had the reversal candle on Wednesday, and then the confirmation on Thursday here. So a little trend line here. That's really not that top one really isn't valid. But see if this one can hold. If not, if it breaks, watch the 50-day moving average. So overall, not looking for a lot of volatility on option expiration. All right, but you always have to be prepared, especially in this market and the news that happens overnight. Get nice big 20-point S&P futures ranges overnight. But see if we test the 50-day or even break it, and then. If we do and it holds, watch for the next support down here. But if it breaks it and then remounts it, could offer a nice intraday trading opportunity. All right? Have a great trading day on Friday. Great weekend. Talk to everybody with the Monday update.